South Korea counts around 52 million people, a country roughly the size of Indiana. Yet in any given month, its internet users collectively watch more YouTube per capita than populations several times its size, maintain tens of millions of searchable blog posts on a single domestic platform, and route 9 out of 10 digital messages through one local app. The average Korean smartphone user actively maintains a presence on 4 or 5 separate social media platforms at the same time. That figure is nearly double the global average. So why does one of the world's most digitally sophisticated countries require so many different apps to carry out the basic act of connecting with other people? The answer does not lie in indecision. It lies in history, culture, and the way digital ecosystems calcify before anyone realizes they have. The scale of Korean digital activity is difficult to overstate. YouTube reaches an estimated 46 million Korean users each month, meaning nearly 9 in 10 Koreans under 70 engage with the platform, according to figures compiled by We Are Social and Hootsuite. KakaoTalk, the country's dominant messaging app, reports over 47 million monthly active users inside Korea alone, making it effectively unavoidable in daily life. Naver, the domestic search engine, controls roughly 50 to 60% of all Korean search traffic, and its blog platform alone hosts hundreds of millions of individual posts. Instagram counts approximately 20 million Korean users, and underpinning all of it, Korea's internet penetration rate sits at around 97%, one of the highest figures recorded anywhere on Earth, according to the International Telecommunication Union. The story begins in the late 1990s when Korea made a deliberate national investment in broadband infrastructure. By the early 2000s, Korea had some of the world's fastest and most affordable home internet connections, and local entrepreneurs built platforms to fill that network. Naver launched in 1999 and quickly became the default gateway for Korean internet life, built from the start around Korean language search and community. KakaoTalk arrived in 2010 and spread with striking speed. Within 2 years, it had tens of millions of users, largely because it was free and attached to the phone contacts already in your pocket. By the time Instagram and YouTube fully penetrated Korea, they were not replacing local platforms, but filling gaps those platforms had left open. Instagram offered a visual, outward-facing identity that felt culturally distinct from Naver's text-heavy utility. YouTube offered entertainment depth that no domestic service had matched at scale. Each found its ecological niche, and Korean users slotted the different layers of their social lives into different containers. Family on Kakao Story, close contacts on KakaoTalk, followers on Instagram, knowledge on Naver, entertainment on YouTube. Maintaining 4 or 5 active digital identities is not cost-free. Surveys from Korean digital research institutions have documented rising levels of what researchers call platform fatigue, a persistent low-level pressure to monitor multiple feeds and maintain distinct personas on each one. Screen time data from Statistics Korea consistently places Korean adults among the highest in the OECD for average daily device use. There is also a subtler cost, the cognitive burden of context management. A post appropriate for Instagram would feel wrong on Kakao Story, which is watched by parents and older relatives. A Naver blog post written for strangers would seem misplaced if addressed to KakaoTalk contacts. Every transition between platforms requires a small but real social recalibration. And for brands, the fragmentation means buying audience reach across multiple ecosystems to achieve what a single platform might deliver elsewhere, driving up the cost and complexity of digital marketing inside the Korean market. Korea's fractured social media landscape looks chaotic from outside, but it follows a logic visible across multiple digitally advanced societies. Japan built its digital culture around Line and Twitter long before Meta established dominance there, and that architecture largely persists. China's internet developed under conditions that produced WeChat, Weibo, and Douyin as parallel ecosystems, each serving overlapping but distinct social functions. The pattern is consistent. When a country's own digital infrastructure takes root before global platforms can dominate, users do not abandon what they built. They add new layers on top. What Korea demonstrates is that the future of social media globally may not converge toward a single winner. It may look increasingly like Korea, a layered stack of platforms, each owning a specific social context, each too embedded in daily life to be easily displaced. The question is no longer which app wins. The question is which context it owns.